Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to EA Tetragrammaton, where we are playing This is turn 167, I believe. And this could be the end of the game, so let's jump in and see. Alright, we've got a whole lot of stuff going on, but really the important things are Grainport, so we'll check that, and then if we need to check anything else, then we will. So, first up, I'm just going down the list looking for Grainport stuff. So we do have a report from Grainport where we have a storm of fireballs that come in, 85 units hit, 12 units killed. Ugh, unfortunate. So, fingers crossed. And then we're going to Grainport. Okay, take a look at it. So that's a pretty big army coming in from Lanka. Fuck. Okay. Pretty big army coming in from Lanka. A lot of stuff here, but most of it is long dead. Okay? Things of note is there is a small contingent of Rakshasa warriors, small contingent of Fiends of Darkness, and a couple of Storm Demons. And then in and amongst them, we've got some big players, right? We have a Tartarian, but there's no outfitting. We have Kokabel, the Stolen Grigory, right? Definitely a big problem. We have a Golem over here that has penetration. We'll see what happens with him. We have a Mendeha. These guys are super strong and they auto cast Darkness. We have the Queen of Storms here with a bunch of air gems. We have a whole bunch, I say a whole bunch, a fair amount of Vampire Lords mixed in here. We've got two over here with a Raktapada, another one, another 2, 3, 4, another couple over here, another couple over here. We've got another Mendeha. We've got a Fairy Queen. We've got a Tartarian Monstra, kitted out with a Great Sword of Sharpness. And then we have the Horror Harmonica Golem here to play. And we also have some Crystal Mages thrown in as well. And then on our side, we have our Irsmal Force. Oof, what is this? Someone auto have... Oh no, that's no good. Leech the life force from living beings. This Guru, I did not notice that this happened, but this Guru has a bone armor. I wonder if this actually matters. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna see, since this is hectic and dark, we're gonna turn on squares. If our small force of Storm Fiends begins to launch out, there are some sprites in here doing some elf shot. That's bad news bears for us. We immediately start off with all of our summoning of the undead. Natural Storm, of course, goes up. We've got most of our buffs out. Our regeneration buff. We've got our protection buff. We've got our Baits up, we've got our Mist Form up, etc, etc. So, very cool. And the Anzus are in the air, front lines are beginning to meet, but honestly the front lines are kind of a wet noodle front line. It's just going to be Undead Chaff versus Undead Chaff for the most part. We've got a Howl up from his side of the mix, and we've got a Relief up from my side of the mix. And the Anzus come down in the back, and they're gonna do a fair amount of work. So that's good. We've got lightning or thunder strikes and lightning strikes falling down in and amongst all of the rest of them. So that's good. It's really kind of, it feels like, do our Anzus win out? Because if our Anzus win out by slaughtering a whole bunch of this back line, then I think we might be okay to push him out. Kokabel's coming over. That's scary. But it looks like our Onzus are mostly holding. I'm not sure how many they're killing, though, is the problem. Kokobella is going to make short work of these Onzus if he's in here with them. Unfortunate. They can regenerate a lot against just basic Long Dead, but against a big super combatant like him. Although I say that, he's been swinging on this Onzu for a bit. And not doing that much. I wonder why. He's definitely got the attack skill to hit this guy, but I guess, I mean, he's going down. Don't get me wrong. He is definitely going down. And it kind of looks like, ooh, it looks like that is the case, that the Onzus have been thinned out, but our main forces, oh no, it looks like we've got a lot of routing back here. Unfortunate. We're pushing forward, though, maybe? I don't know if we're going to be able to break these big things, though, like the Queen of Storms or the Mendehas or anything like that. Got some Kusarikus in here, if we could hit with them, but we go after the wrong things. If we'd walked up to this Mendeha and hit with the Atropic Spear, it has Halt Demon on it, so it can actually fuck up demons really, really quickly. Now, granted, that'll still work against these guys, but, of course, getting the Mendeha out would be a bigger deal. It looks like all of our Onzus are dead at this point, but for the most part, it looks like we're moving forward. We've got a lot of just kind of chaff, wolves, yetis, Fiends of Darkness, the Long Dead moving forward. I think we might win this one. I mean, I know whether or not we win it, but I haven't watched the battle in detail specifically to save myself the surprise, basically. So we kind of have this concerted front line that is pushing forward now, and his back line is still very focused on trying to take out these remaining storm demons. So that's good and bad, but we just can't seem to break. Oh, okay, this Mendeha's going down. That's good. He's very close to being dead. This Tart, though, has 1 billion health. Oh no, that's not good. Okay, this is bad. His main body is now turning on us, and oh, I don't think we're gonna be able to get this Mendeha down because he's regenning now, and oh, we just got soul slayed or final rested. Oh, we're losing so much. Kokobell fucking flying around, causing problems. Oof, that is not looking good. Ooh, a Liquefy coming out. Our Incy over here getting a little spicy with that. Some Blade Wind coming in. Relief is still up. Darkness is still up from the Mendeha. But there's basically nothing else that we've got. We have very few things happening here. What this guy is casting. Paralyze. Guy back here is spamming. Probably should have left them on. Well, but I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. I think my infantry is slowly winning. I'm not sure, honestly, at this point. We have so little left. That Blade Wind doesn't really look like it's doing anything. Speed this up slightly. It looks like we're slowly losing. Definitely doesn't help that there's that Tartarian in there and that there's this Grigory in here. That's no bueno. We got this Incy over here spamming Final Rest, and it actually does look like it's doing good against... Blanca just routed. I bet he turn timered. Honestly, because it looks like he should have won this. That he was very slowly but surely whittling me down. But he turn timered. Wow. Okay. If we are able to kill off the remaining bits and pieces. Mendeja's going down. He paralyzed? Yeah, he's paralyzed. He's about to be unparalyzed, though. Unparalyzed. He routes. Unfortunate. Okay. Alright. We won in Grainport. We got hit by a massive... This is the kind of magic phase that I was expecting last time, right? This is a massive force. And that's very surprising that we won. Honestly, it does feel like the only way we won was turn timing. And really, the Anzus killed half that battle, right? They did half the kills. And they took so long to kill in the back lines, along with the Storm Demons. Real MVPs, honestly. Oh, we lost so much out of that, though. We killed a lot, though. Killed a whole bunch. And we know there's not much left in the fort. Now it's just a matter of what made it into the fort, right? So, our retreat details aren't going to look good. We've got a crap ton of commanders that just died running. One of our NCs just ran and died. Oof. Freaking oof. Okay. Well, that means there is a battle here in the Fortress of Grainport. Let's watch it. See what we have. None of our units made it in. Oh! Still, this might have been okay, or might be okay. But here's my qualms. These guys have a lot of gems, but they're set to conservative, so they're not going to use those gems aside from what we're using them to cast. What are they up against? We have 5 guys. Last stand. What are they up against? Not very much. We got a tart. That's a dangerous tart. We've got 2 queens of air, a smattering of storm demons, and long dead, and a lich. Here we go. I'm just gonna pay attention over here. Storm demons are throwing. Oof, our Gudu takes a big chunk in the face. Ooh, we also had an air elemental. It's stomping around back here in the backfield dealing with these long dead. That's good. Oh, we get a Wrathful Skies. That is not great. Not going to do much to our Umuapkalu, but our Tartarian Cyclops is a target. Our Oogaloo's probably fine. Our Gudu is not fine. And our Insi is not fine. So, that's not great. Oh no, we've got a Living Clouds. Oh no. This is about to be real bad. Oh, they instantly killed my NC. Even if we survive, even if we win here, we do not have an NC to claim the throne. Pushing that Gudu around. He's dead now. Not looking great. Not looking great. Falling Frost. They do have a lot of protection, and they have the remaining ones have a fair amount of regeneration. That's good, but And honestly, at this point, the Wrathful Skies is probably doing as much against him as it is against me. Oifa doifa. Oof. Oh no. It hurts the precious. The Oogaloo routes. Man, if we'd had 20 or 30 units, or even maybe just these guys hadn't been on conservative, so we had some like earth elementals or something, I'm not sure that would have been enough, but heartbreaking. Heartbreakingly close. Oh, hold up. Oh, no. Okay, this Umuap Kalu is not a Priest 3. I thought Umuap Kalus, I think they are Priest 3s. They're not. I seem to recall them being H3, but not seem to be a fact. I was thinking maybe he got muted or something like that. Now, hold up a minute. I'm pretty close here. It's pretty close. Oh, okay. All right. There's nothing left really except for the Queens of Air. Oh no. The Spectral Wolf spam. Oh, and they're never gonna fatigue out of this. Well, no. Actually. So, that's such a weak spell that it can't really fatigue out from them. But it also produces them so quickly. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. The armies of Lanka are mostly routed. Mostly routed. Yeah, mostly routed. Oh my goodness. How incredibly saddening. I don't... Unless... And there we go, we're routed. I was gonna say, unless we get some lucky miracle route on them, it's not gonna matter. Fortress of Grainport. 5 brave souls against this. And honestly, we really didn't do anything. We barely killed anything. But this Wrathful Skies killed off all of the units from Lanka and drove everyone away, so that was a heartbreakingly close loss. But with that, that's basically it. There's not really much to be done in Grainport. So, our attempt to sneak Grainport has resulted in a failure. It's been pretty massive losses on our side of things, but also pretty massive losses on Lanka's side of things, truth be told. Which is kind of funny. But yeah, is what it is. Okay, so since the game is not yet done, let's talk about what else has happened this turn. We went 0-3 against Horrors. More people dead down the drain. Unfortunate. We were the only remote assassination this turn, and we were successful. So 1-0 remote assassinations. Nice. We had one battle against Relay, where we took back the Wood of Many Paths, so we're 1-0 against Relay this turn. And then we are actually 13-10 versus Lanka this turn, because Lanka was way more focused on putting together a lot of stuff to try to deal with me, rather than raiding. So there's that, which is funny. I don't think there were any crazy big ones, but we'll go through real quick. Beaten in Jaboro, or won in Jaboro. No, beaten in Jaboro. Defeated a golem. He just bounced him into Papas, but beat him in Sinkhole Swamp. We had a bunch of assassination attempts this turn. We were fortunately able to defend against the one that mattered, which is the Oogaloo. So, cool. Raided back Coast Haven, lost White Peaks. Won in Trackless Waste, just because we had people defending there. Cool. Took back the Womb, lost Troia, lost Sinkhole Swamp, lost Green Woods, won in the Mag, lost in Moss Woods, lost in won in Grainport, obviously. Lost in Greendale, won in Eterol, won in Getia, won in Ial, lost in Gladewood. This kind of sucked. We killed a whole bunch, but we were just out undeaded by too many immortals comparatively. Won in the Whispering Waste, and then of course lost in Grainport. There is other really big news this turn, and that is this right here. Moloch Baal, god of Hinnom, has been permanently vanquished. And this is a heartbreaking way to go out, but none of us defeated his final stack. None of us, especially when we were so focused on each other, none of us really had what it took to defeat his final stack. We probably could have put something together, but it would have been very costly. But Hinnom dies not to military might or prowess, but eventually dies to a lack of faith, as the thrones that I got on the, this eastern flank, and then the thrones that Lanka got on the western flank, just eventually pushed Hinnom's dominion into nothingness. From what I have been told, Hinnom has spent the last many turns sacrificing blood slaves, trying to keep the dominion up, keep the defense alive, and this was just the last straw. Couldn't take it, and faith in Hinnom diminishes, and then ceases to exist. So Hinnom made it really, really far in a 2v1, did an amazing job, but due to some circumstances, eventually went down. And now we have lost in Grainport. The battle lines are drawn, and we've talked about this previously, right? But there's very little chance of me being able to push westward unless I take this game to the point to where it is 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 turns from now, and we are slowly but surely taking... Our strength lies in our defense, obviously, right? It costs Lanka a lot to raid us, and that's just raiding us. Taking us down in a fort is incredibly difficult inside our Gift of Health territory. Honestly, one of the ways that we might, if we took this game even longer, one of the ways that we might actually lose is by Lanka eventually just storing up, a crazy amount of nature gems, killing his astral corruption caster, and then basically fucking overcasting and stealing Gift of Health and then pushing us down. So But we're not gonna wait for that. We're not gonna let the game go that long. I'm not going that route. We're attacking Javalkish and Sleepy Wolves. I had said in my previous video that we were going to be moving on that this turn, but I did more gem calculations, and while we would have enough for Trackless Waste versus Javalkish, we won't have enough for to Sinkhole Swamp to Sleepy Wolves in the next. So if we move this turn here, we won't have enough gems from Sinkhole Swamp to Sleepy Wolves. So we're taking one more turn. In that turn, we are going to be making more Endless Bags of Wine to fully neutralize our supply usage in we should be okay over in Trackless Waste. I think we're going to throw on 1 or 2 more just to get us below. And then next turn, we are going to be moving in. We're not doing anything unique. We're doing another Demon Bane, as we always are. We're doing more Kusarikus, as we always are. More Endless Bags of Wine, specifically for the supply usage. And then we are doing, as we have been doing, Fiends of Darkness and Infernal Tempest, Curse of Blood, etc. And continuing to move people around. Although the vast majority of the focus is over here in the east. We're not even really bothering, I say not even bothering to counter raid, but we don't really even have a lot of counter raiders anymore. We are cloud trapezing into Resting Heights. Resting Heights, that's up here, I think. Yeah, right here, just trying to pick people off. I probably should have cloud trapezed this guy over to the east to try to help in the assaults over here. It's going to be a every hand on deck kind of situation. But it is what it is. Nothing else big happening, so I think that is where I'm going to go ahead and close out this turn. Maddeningly close defeat here in Grainport. Very surprising that we faced off against Lanka as well as we did. I say as well as we did, but honestly, it was all the Anzus. And you saw, as soon as the Anzus were dead, it was basically over, right? Lanka would have pushed me down there, but I think just turn-timered as the attacker and ran. And in that happening, gave us a minor opportunity. And had we had a few more leaders or a handful of units to bring with us, maybe it would have mattered. But I think, honestly, even in that situation, the Queen of Clouds, Wrathful Skies them down, and it probably doesn't matter too terribly much. Maybe if we had not had them on conservative gem usage, we could have cycled through all the gems that we had, but the problem there is, you know, it's that call of, do I have enough gems to go through 2 battles on non-conservative usage? I wasn't planning on losing so many units in the first battle, but yeah, it is what it is. So, alright, that is going to be it for this turn. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.